Oh, where did that go to? Hello there. See, there's somebody in. Sorry, I'm still working, still getting ready here. Who's that in there? Say hello. I've been eating sausage rolls, so there's probably mess all around me. Yeah, I'm a bit early. Oh, there's 4 in already. Good afternoon to you. How are you doing? 5. Hello, Andrew. How are you doing? Really nice to see you, mate. Oh, and how are you this fine day? Show me what you got in your pockets and I'll show you mine. That doesn't sound too good for a man. Rob, how you doing? Nice to see you here. I just come on a wee bit earlier. I was just sitting here, so I thought I'll just start. We'll get a few more people. Oh, we're up. Oh my gosh, we're up to 10 already. What have you got in your pockets? And I'll show you what I've got in mine. What have I got in mine? DP knife sharpeners. How you doing? Please give my nephew a shout out. Adam from Randallstown. Hello, Adam. How are you doing? And you're very welcome to Paddy's Potato Peelers Knife Chat. Hey. Norman, how you doing, Norman? James, Rab. No problem, DP. Oh. Now, UKPK, always a winner. James, how you doing? Chomping a pork pie with an old-timer lumberjack. That's the way to do it, Andrew. What I'm carrying today is a little peanut. Beautiful little case peanut. And let me just get this. This looks a bit cloudy. I think I've had my old fingers on it. Is that better? It was looking a bit miserable there. That's better. Now, I have my little case peanut, which I love. And I've also got my Benchmade 945, which again, I love. Really lovely knife. And I just love the pop of blue. Can you see that blue? There's a beautiful pop of blue on the inside of it. Really nice knife. And real fidget. I mean, I still love my Benchmades for fidgeting. Fritz, afternoon, Fitz. Neil, nice to see you're doing better. John, hello from Port Rush. You're very welcome. John, if you're a knife person and you're from Port Rush, hit me up, private message me on Instagram and let me know where you are and we'll have a chat. And hopefully we're going to get a meet up with a good old crowd soon. What's up, everybody? Hi, Trish, Big Pad. Is that my dad, Big Pad? Daniel, oh, how old are you? Well, you know, I'm going on 21. Paul, good afternoon. Neil, let's have a good look at that peanut. With pleasure. I love this peanut. There you go. Isn't that just a beauty? It's that lovely orange bone. It's like an orange bone. It's beautiful. The back, you maybe see that a bit better. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? These are such a handy wee knife for about the house. I'm just in tracky bottom, so I love having that in my pocket. And I leave that usually sitting on the table for fidgeting with. Now, my gosh, 19 already. That's great. Well, look, there's 20. Jared, how you doing? You're very welcome, sir. Well, you know, I'm gonna start this with an apology. I cut off very quickly last week, and I really apologize for that. I'll be honest with you, I got a bit overcome. I've never had that much money donated. I'm not asking for money. I've never had that much donated in one lump sum on a video in my life, and it sort of took me by surprise. I'll be honest with you, I would rather give than receive. I think a lot of us are like that, you know, but when you get, it just overwhelmed me a bit. But the good news is, every single penny of what I got last week, I've added to. Hello, Justin. How are you doing? I've added to what I'm going to be getting on my YouTube channel for my AdSense, and I have already got. I got an advance from the wife. Oh, Daniel Bridge, would you stop it? That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. No need for you to do that. You helped me enough. So I put all that money together. I worked out what I do. You get just over £100 or 160. It's just ridiculous. But thankfully, I'm so grateful for it. I put that together with what I'll get in my AdSense roughly, and I have bought an expensive knife for the channel. I think a peanut if it was about 3/4 of an inch longer. Well, I have to say, I just like the wee peanut. It's never going to do any hard tasks. Anything, it'll be a bit of thread or opening a steak packet or something. That will be it. I'm quite happy. I've got bigger knives for other jobs. But yes, I have already bought another knife. And hello, Slick. How you doing? Great to see you here. So it's a Russian knife. Now, I'm not going to tell you anything more about it, but it's an expensive Russian knife. Now, it's not in the multiple hundreds, but it's a couple. But it's on the way. It'll be on the way tomorrow to me here, so I'll get it probably about Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's what I've used that money for, and it's a locking knife. Because I felt like the channel hasn't had that many locking knives recently, and I thought, here's one to do. It's not one that's going to be easy to buy because I think it's discontinued now. But it's just a beautiful knife. And I bought it on the secondary market off one of the fellas in my Facebook group. And then I also, last night, traded for a really beautiful, it's a knife from a custom maker, but it's not one of his customs. It's one of his production models made by Riyadh. And I bought it with a purpose because I know it will challenge my Jack Wolf knives. It gives a closer comparison. I don't have anything really that compares with them, and I wanted to show you what the comparison was at a roughly the same price. So I'm just so excited for both of them. They're both beautiful knives, but it'll give me a more honest, comparison with the Jack Wolf knives, and it's also going to give me a Russian knife, which I never thought I wouldn't have bought it. But I got it at a very good price, and fair play to the fellow who sold it to me. It gave me at a really good price, and I can't wait to show you both of them. And to me, that's the excitement for next week. So don't miss out next week, and I hope you'll enjoy them. Anybody else got anything new coming? I wish I could tell you what they were, but I want to keep it a secret because I want the excitement to be the unboxing. I love them. William, thank you so much indeed. Thank you. Don Pena compared to, does a Pena compare to a well, I would say so. And Pena was one of Ben's highly collectible knives. He collected a lot of Pena customs, and he was very friendly with Pena. So, and Pena gave him a lot of help and advice when he was starting his company. So, yeah, I would say there's a lot of blend over from Pena into Jack Wolf knives. So yes, is the answer to that. But again, Pena knives are quite expensive too. Even the production ones are expensive. And it's like the Jack Wolf knives. You get what you pay for, in my opinion. Now, I've never had the Pena, but you've only got to go on the reviews to see how much people rate them. And people who I rate them. And that's what I like. That's what I go on. I didn't see that last comment, but I'll get it in a minute. I have a couple of Oriental fixed blades coming in today. Oh, lovely. I look forward to them. Nothing new coming in. I try to enjoy what I already have and thinning out the collection. Ohio, you have to do that every now. Last year, I thinned mine way down. Now, I sold an awful lot, and then I bought in more higher end knives. Now, I'm not talking high end. I'm talking GECs and things like that. Custom slip joints, which are not as dear as the locking knives, high end. But I just thinned it away down. I had so much stuff and an awful lot of budget gear, which I still love budget gear. But you sometimes you just accumulate, and it just keeps coming and coming. So I really did thin it out. I've seen some Hungarian traditional knives which are attractive made, but I can't find anywhere to buy them from. Another place that does sort of knives, Lamnia. Have you tried Lamnia? It's a European seller. They seem to do quite a lot of the European set of knives. So I mean, try it. It's another good one. Knives and Tools, or Tools and Knives. Tools for Gents is another one in Europe, and they're sometimes good for getting it. But I mean, you just go on Google and search for European knife companies, and you'll get some. And just check. Even bizarre little stores will sometimes have them Hungarian or different make knives. And there's a joy in just hunting for them. I enjoy that part of it too. Most nights when I go to bed, that's what I sit and do. I'll go hunting. I very rarely buy, but I love going hunting to see what I can find that's out there. Trouble is now with Europe, when you're buying, getting hit with customs coming back in for you over in the mainland must be a nightmare. I'm so lucky because in Northern Ireland, we're still part of that Europe because of the border, the sea border. So at the moment, I still get them coming in. All right, it costs about $8.50 for postage, but I don't have to pay customs when it comes through, which is lovely. And it's a big saving because customs can hit you when you're buying expensive knives. Do you know what I mean? Does anybody else still buy from Europe? No. Come on, boys, give us a question. Jeez, you've gone quite awful early. Oh, I knew there was something else. I don't know whether you watched our little video we put up. We've done our podcast again. Now, we had a little problems with audios and cutting audios out. We lost about half of it, but we thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you did it. If you watched it, it's the next video behind this. Go and watch it if you like. We've got Ben Belkin on Tuesday night on a podcast. Now, we'll video it on Tuesday and then it'll go up a few days later. But we've got him on Tuesday night, and I'm really looking forward to that, to get a chat with him and find out a bit more about Ben. You know, yes, his knives. We'll find out about the next one, which is the dog leg canine. Oh, I can't wait for it. The big fat spear. You know I love a big fat spear. But it's an exaggerated dog leg, which just looks amazing. I'm just praying it's comfortable in hand because it's been the one I've been really waiting for. And there'll be an offer of a Christmas giveaway. Now, I know it's a long way off, but there's a reason for it being a long way off. Love the GE knives, also Randall knives. I've never had a Randall knife, but they do look amazing. The prices are way up there. But again, if it's what you want and you save for it or you have the cash, you've got to go for it. I'd be bankrupt if I bought everything. Yeah, Andrew, wouldn't I'm bankrupt over and over in my head. Looking forward to see Ben. I chatted a lot on email. Yeah, Ben's a really nice fella, as you know. Williams, live stream replays will skip sometimes that you don't see during the live. They could well do. We're still, William, we're still doing this. We're doing it by Zoom. We're in 3 different places. And Justin, the fellow who's doing it, is technically good, but he's never done this sort of thing before. They're both not YouTubers. They both watch, but they're not YouTubers. So the 3 of us are having so much fun. It wasn't brilliant. We lost, Justin had hit the wrong button halfway through, and we lost a whole stack of audio. So we had to bring it back down with about 40-minute tapes, and it came down to 17 minutes. So it's good fun, and we're enjoying it, and it's just 3 blokes having a chat most of the time. We're having guests on. I've got Ben Belkin, then it's probably going to be Ashley Harrison, but there's plenty coming. There's James from Twisted Assisted. There's also the boy that does the KPL. He's coming on. Just forgotten his name at the minute. He's coming on for a chat. So that's the first 4 we got penciled in. But it's going to be about once a fortnight because Justin works as well. I like to put it. William, thank you. Hopefully it'll get better, mate. You know what it's like when you start. It's all new. I don't do anything of the technical stuff. That's Justin. And God love me, spent an awful lot of times fixing our mistakes. But we enjoyed it. It's a bit different. And the one thing in mind, William, because we're just 3 fellas having a chat, and 2 of them aren't on YouTube, I took the monetization out of it, so it's just a watch. There's no money involved. It's going to be just a watch and that's it. And a bit of crack, hopefully. And hopefully the interaction down in the description is, that's what we're looking for. What people want to talk about, what people want, what knives, what blades, what do they want to talk about? Anything at all to do with knives, and we'll bring it up in the weeks to follow. So if you go back and watch it, or if you've been and watched it and you haven't commented, let us know what you'd want to hear, because it gives us, and it's going to be loosely based maybe on what you ask, but it will be, the questions will all get answered eventually. You know what it's like, they just keep coming. So anything else you want to ask me about? That's 2 things I've told you about. You haven't told me anything. Wasn't it lovely to see Warthog back this week? Absolutely amazing. That poor bugger is kicking the Green Reaper right between them. Hello, Gizmo. How are you doing? Clemens, how you doing? Now, stop that, William. You're like me. You're on a pension. That's really, really nice of you, but you've absolutely no need. You've done it so many times for me. So thank you. I've sorted it out now properly, so I'll be able to get back to some of the people that have got me in the past, and new people too. But I love the Congress pattern. We only seem to be Rough Rider ones available. Looking for a Boker Congress for a decent price. I haven't seen a Boker Congress. I've got a Rough Rider one. The wee Rough Rider Congress. This one is just a stunningly beautiful light. The abalone in the center there. And it has lovely blades on it. And they're all different, I believe. I haven't opened this for ages. Ow. Let's just get this one up. Look at that. That's your little Rough Rider. Kowalski, greeting from Poland. You are very, very welcome from Poland. I have a Polish daughter-in-law. So you're very, very welcome. My wife was over in Poland for their wedding 2 years ago. Favorite Swiss Army knife configurations. Oh no, I'll get to that one. That's that little Congress from Rough Rider. Look at the back spring. Isn't that just beautiful? An inexpensive knife, and look at the work and detail that goes into that. Great for whittling. If you want a whittling knife, because they're very thin blades, they're absolutely super for whittling. To me, this is phenomenal. And I think they're still available. And I think I got this from Heine Haynes. But a beautiful knife. And that's why I like Rough Rider so much, because you can get inexpensive knives that are still really good for anything you want to do. And if that's your budget, you're not going to get stuck. I have one Rough Rider, a very good finish. Yeah, it does look. Andrew, it's fabulous. It really is fabulous. Do you struggle to use nice knives? I'm guilty of it. I don't leave any knife boxed, and to me that is the secret. Look, I'm just going to show you. This is my knives. There's a box full here. Let me just get this down. There's a box full here. There's a box full over there. I've drawers full of them. I don't keep them in boxes because, exactly for what you said, if I kept them in boxes, I probably wouldn't use half them. So I leave them out and just use them as I can. Now, I don't hard use the really expensive ones, but I still, RRR does a good job for the money. RRR is lovely, but I only like the single-bladed ones. I haven't seen any of the multi-bladed ones. They're too fat, too heavy, don't like them. But I have 3 of the single-blade ones. This was the first single-blade one. This is the one-arm jack. This was the first one I bought because it's not too thick. It's just a single-blade knife. Now, it's a big knife. It's about 4 inches closed. Fantastic for with D2. But these two are by far and away fit and finish much better. Look at that Wharncliffe. It's a little bit smaller than the first one. It's a little bit thinner, and it's just perfect. This is a stunning knife. Would recommend this to anybody. Super knife. And then the other one that I just got is even better still, which was the Barlow with a fat spear. I absolutely love. I think this is going to win my budget knife of the year. I know it was £60, but it's still going to win that knife. Doctor's imitation knife coming this week. It is a nice turtle shell. I've seen the turtle shell sealed. He's being nice to me, but I did miss that. That turtle shield looks fantastic on the new Rough Riders tortoiseshell knives. He's been nice to me, but he's more demanding than Hollywood producer. That's Justin. That's our technician, as well as a colleague on the podcast. Vero 37, you're not alone. I do see him. Oh, there's somebody giving back the Polish welcome, I believe. Yeah. I have no idea what I was thinking. I just had a Paddy blank. You're not alone. Yes, sorry, about knives. Yeah, if you put them away in boxes, I just think you don't use them. You're not going to use them. So I have all mine out. I have none in boxes. I've cupboards full of boxes, but I don't have any knives in them. Just got myself one of the Twisted Assisted Classic clip points after seeing a very nice looking knives. Absolutely fantastic. There's the Twisted Assisted. Where have I got it now? Oh, it's over here. The Twisted Assisted traditional knife. There you go. Beautiful knife. 30 odd pound. Fantastic. Carbon fiber. And it's really nice carbon fiber, if you can see there. It's not that boring, just checkered stuff that they used to come out in the beginning. This is a super stocky. Look at the blade stock on that. Stocky work knife in that Lanny's clip sort of configuration. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Lovely long pull. Just a cracking. And a nice depth to the knife down here, which gives you super grip. Super knife. And that's over at Twisted Assisted. And even if you live in the States, they post over there as well. Straight from them. They're absolutely fantastic blokes. James is the fella I deal with. He's so good to me. It really is. So I've got that one of theirs, and I've also got this one. Hello. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name. I'm sorry, but you're very, very welcome. It was either Greek or Russian, whatever. Right? That's my guess. Yes, I've got this one, which is the Junzi, which when you buy the Best Tech Junzi from them, they have the titanium version, and it's S35VN. It's about £200. This is in D2 and micarta, and this one is £60 on their site. An absolutely fantastic slip joint with the forward choil, which is correctly done. You can see the flat. It keeps you well away from the blade. Beautiful four-finger grip for me. Absolutely fantastic knife. So there you go. Still boxes and boxes of boxes, but I agree you'll never see them or use them if they're absolutely. Well, I know it would be me. If I put something in a box, it just puts it out of my head. Stephen, have you got round to doing any whittling yet? Oh, Paul, you're becoming my scourge. No, none, not one. I whittle a wee stick, but I have done no proper whittling. I like just getting a bit of stick and cutting it. But no, I haven't done any proper. I promise. I keep promising, but I'll get around to it eventually. Sorry. Good morning, dear. How are you doing? Victorinox Compact Mini Champ Night Manager Executive Pioneer. Oh, sorry. Somebody asked me about. Yeah, look. While Justin's there, I keep showing this, and I'm going to keep showing it. But this is my favorite Victorinox. It's got micarta scales, caramel colored micarta scales, which are absolutely fantastic. There's no cross on it. I wish there was a cross on the front, but Justin made me this one up to my specifications. And I've got the Phillips screwdriver and the magnifying glass, because when I'm out, I'm blind. And it's all, if you lose your glasses, it's nice to have other. I've got a little, this is mucky. I've been using it. Imagine using your knives. It's ridiculous. So you got that, and you have the spear blade. And I think that is it, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's all that's on there. So it's just a simple knife. It's a two-layer knife, but having the magnifying glass and the Phillips is exactly what I want on the knife. Absolutely stunning. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Saving the boxes you get able, what do you do? Don't keep them in boxes. To be honest, I only keep the boxes of the good ones. The rest of the boxes go in the bin. For reselling, I keep the boxes for the good ones, but any of the other ones that are, you know, my Rough Riders and all that, they go in a bin. You couldn't keep them here. You couldn't, but I keep all my tubes, obviously, they're GEC, all my other knives, my Bokers, my high-end Bokers, I keep them boxes to go when I sell them. But any medium priced and below, I never have the boxes. And probably my other really favorite is the Wenger. I love this little Wenger, the compact. This is the Commander, I think. It's the Commander or the Highlander. It's just got your basic camp tools, but on the back, it has the Phillips, which makes all the difference. And it has an oil as well. There we go. Has a wee oil. But this is the 85mm, which are so handy for throwing in your pocket. You know, they're just fantastic little knives. And I have a wee collection of 84 and 85. The Swiss Army knives are 84 and the Wenger knives are 85mm. So that'll be another one of my favourites. I can go back and forward that for about 10 times, giving you favourites. I predicted the Alox Cadet recently. Really wish you could revive an old Voyager pattern. I just recently got, where is it? Oh, there it is. I just recently got the Alox Cadet. Absolutely lovely little knife. Look how thin that is. And you've got two fantastic blades. You've got that. Oh no, that's my Solo. Where's my Cadet? Where's my Cadet? Oh, here it is. That's my little Cadet. There you go. Biped. Oh, thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate that. Absolutely super. Thank you so much indeed. You're a generous bunch of people. And believe you me, these monies that come in, I don't keep them. I'll buy, you know, next month I'm going to buy another knife for the channel. Or next month, what would you prefer? Would you prefer a higher end knife or maybe 2 or 3 more budget knives? You decide. Whatever you let me know. And if you're watching this video afterwards, yeah, please put down below. You can't put down below while we're talking on here. But once I upload this, go back in and write what you would like next month. Would you like? Because I bought an expensive one already for this month. So write down what you would like for next month. A couple of cheap ones or a higher end one. More budget knives. There we go. Wenger about it. Ask Paddy about it. Wenger 85. It's the latest obsession. Yes, I am obsessed with little Wengers. I love them. Hey, looks like that was a great knife. No scissors. Yeah. I'm not a great lover of scissors, unless I'm making up a collection, which at the minute I'm trying to. But my friend Dan over at Blade Bridge Limited, he's not playing ball with me. He just will not find me a Wenger with scissors on it. I want a little 85 Wenger with scissors. But he says I'm not good enough as a presenter on our podcast. And he said, if I improve, there's a chance he'll find one for me. And that's put me under so much pressure. I'm going to bed early at night, so I'm not feeling well at all. But if he understood how much he was hurting me, he would maybe get one for me. Do you know what I mean? Good old Dan. He's an absolute gem. He gets all my Victorinox for me over at Blade Bridge Limited. Go over to his site on Instagram and YouTube. I save them all because they're good knives to me. I just put them in plastic bins. Good on you, mate. I think my wife was going to kill me. At one stage, I had so many boxes. When I was getting sponsored by the Chinese companies, and they were sending me 3, 4, 5 a week, I just had knives and boxes everywhere. Well, he has a point. Scissors on sacks. Yeah, I'm not a great keen one on scissors. I know they're fantastic scissors, and I have a wee Midnight Manager on my key ring. If I need a pair of scissors, I would use the wee ones, because if it's any bigger cutting, I'm going to use my knife, because I'm a knife guy. I'm not a seamstress. Not that I'm calling anybody who likes the scissors a seamstress, but there you go. It's a knife channel. We don't use scissors when we've got a knife. I'd say budget, because you will encourage an expensive knife addiction if you give. Look, let's be honest with you. If you stay around this hobby long enough, the price will go up, I'll guarantee you. Oh, Gizmo's really good. He's on here now. Gizmo does. He works to his budget, and he doesn't kind of move from it. Now, it's not that all his knives are cheap, but he doesn't get excited and go out buying the latest, greatest thing, which I wish I had that. Not have agree completely about scissors. Paddy always makes fun of the need for them. Seamstress. Sack scissors are for seamstresses. My wife loves her sacks with scissors, and she's a seamstress. There we go. You just have to take that how it is. Clipping a hangnail. That's what scissors are for. No, we're knife people. You have to get your knife out. You have to get your wee peanut and just use it to trim your nails. It's a joy to be able to get a sharp knife in. Look at that. Just perfect. And trim your nail with a pair of scissors. You'll get more adept for your whittling. That's why I'm practicing on my nails. It's keeping me back from whittling. There we go. Any questions out there? Everybody's frightened to ask a question now. Give us a question to keep me chittering on here. Yes, clipping a highlight. My Satu doesn't trim nail. It's all right. Yeah, there was somebody who put a video up about stupid knives you bought and you sort of wish you hadn't. Well, let me tell you, I haven't even showed it on the channel yet. Well, maybe I showed an initial look at it when I came in, but this is William's knife. He is the blame for all of this. Look at the size of that box I went out and bought the other week. And I said, yeah, good enough for it. William, this is your fault. You made me go and buy this after watching your channel and all your big knives. I felt inadequate. I felt less of a man. You and Dan are really ruining my reputation as a hard man. Look at that big beastie. Isn't that? To me, it looks like this sort of gladius type sword. I know that's completely wrong, but it's got a beautiful switch. It's a Rough Rider. It's a Rough Rider, but it's just a big whacking lump of blade, not over thick. So I mean, this would cut a small tree down. There's no doubt about it. It's beautiful in the hand. Lovely fat bulbous end, which is the coffin end, which is the same as the last Jack Wolf knives. There's the coffin end, you can see. But isn't it something like a gladius? Am I far out with that? There's no guard or anything, but in the hand, it's just absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to take this out and whack it. Conan the Barbarian. It really is. But, you know, I bought it, and it is a silly knife. I'll probably never use it. But, oh, I can't remember. I paid about £36 for it. And you also get a fantastic, look at this sheath. Look at the work on that sheath, like a basket weave. Now, it's not basket weave, it's just stamped. But what a cracking sheath for 36 quid, and that big lump there of 440A. It's just gorgeous. Lovely knife. And what I will do, when I get back up home again in the winter, I'll take it out to one of the wee forests. And yeah, I'll take it out in the wee forest and I'll give it a good whack. We'll see what it's like up against a bit of dead tree. Because do not cut up live trees. I'm a bushcrafter. Don't cut live. Use that to trim your nails. Now that would make a good video, wouldn't it? With a nurse standing on my right hand side. Does anybody else collect these big knives? Do they like them? Do you know, I was a bushcrafter for years. And the biggest knife I had was a Mora, really. Do you know what I mean? I just didn't have big knives. I had a hatchet, right? But it wasn't a thing. But I wish I had the men. They would have made great videos. Never even thought about them. In fact, when I was bushcrafting, there wasn't many places where I knew where to buy knives. So Mora was the basic knife I bought from, it was like a gun shop. So when it comes to ficties, I like them small. My favourite are small, definitely. I have very fortunate to have, this is one of my LT Wrights. This is a little LT Wright. Beautiful little sheath, leather sheath. Love this little knife. This gets more use than any. You can see it. I'm terrible for cleaning knives. It's absolutely bogging at the top there. We're poking at something. There's my darling wife outside the window. She just had to come and say hello. God, I don't know what I was cutting with that, but yeah, I use that. I love that. And I have a couple of others. And Twisted Assisted are, well, I'm not even going to say that. Stop that. Can't remember where I'm allowed. Back to whittling, looking up there in Whittling Woods. Excellent channel with easy to follow and good format. I'll get back to that and find out what that is. What model is that? Oh, I can't remember. I have two of them and they're about the same size. One's got a fatter handle. I can't remember. I've videos up on my channel about them. I've two of them. They were given to me by These Knives, give them as a gift, and I just love them. Absolutely. That's a real skinny little blade. It's great for doing any sort of light work, and the other one's a good stocky, but it's about the same size, but more stocky in the blade and the handle. But it's something I think I'm probably going to start buying a couple more off again, because I do like them. I do like using them. And especially down here at the caravan, when I'm out on my deck in there, I can just take them out and have a wee whittle and play with them. Now, anybody else got questions? Give us a couple of questions. In my youth, an 8-inch blade boy was my main knife for everything. You didn't. Big knives need love too. You're right. Yes, William, they definitely do need big love. They do indeed. Whether I'll get any more or not, do you know what I'm looking for? And I keep looking for it on the secondary market. I really, really want the old dagger, the Fairbairn sacks. Ashley has, and hopefully when next time he's doing them, I've asked him if he'd make me one as well. I want him to make me the Fairbairn sacks. It's his imitation of it, and it's fantastic looking. So hopefully, when I get him on the channel, I'll pressurize him a lot, because his is just gorgeous, and I would love to show it off to you. Really beautiful knife. But I'll give you plenty of notice when he's coming on the channel. What else have we got now? Give us a couple of questions, boys. It's on. We're sitting on about, what, 37 minutes. If you've got any more questions, please give them to me. I've enjoyed this wee chat. And I'm actually going off now. Tonight we're doing a sound check with a wee podcast to make sure we get it right for Tuesday, for when Ben's here. What's he call a potato? That's a potato peeler. That is a potato peeler. Well, it's a potato chipper rather than oh, I've just noticed on the back of it. I thought Rough Rider knives were made in China. There we go. Pakistan. I didn't realize that. So maybe it's not 440A. Does anybody know? William, do you know, is the Rough Rider big knives from Pakistan, is that 440A or pot metal? I have no idea. Fairbairn 6. Where is one of the Fairbairns? I believe it's a reproduction. Yeah, I love them, I have to say. I'm thinking that's the one I would like to get. Paddy, is your buck knife a 110? I have a couple of big buck knives. I'll get them out for you and let you see them. I have the Buck 110. This is with the finger grooves. There you go, the finger grooves on it. Beautifully comfortable knife. Lovely, lovely knife. And it's just a 420, because I don't believe you need any more. Or I don't believe I need any more. Is your buck a 110, or I like the finger grooves? Yeah, it's a 110. I can't even remember where I got it. Might have been Jaime Haynes who bought this as well. I can't remember. Can't remember. Lovely big knife. And then I have the Buck 278, I believe it is. Yes, the 278 with the gut hook. I used to use this for fishing, and this has really not touched much. I've had this about a year. So they're my two big buck knives. I don't have many more bucks. I don't even have any buck traditionals. I need to get, or have I? I don't think I've even got a buck traditional. I need to get one of the buck traditionals for the collection as well. There's a knife that's not often talked about, which I think is a great knife. You know, especially if you like working with wood. I had a 55, I have to say now. I traded it off. The Finwolf by Cold Steel with the Scandi grind. This is a stormingly good knife. I have a large hand, fits in there perfectly. You can see that shape. Fits in there perfectly. Pocket clips absolutely fine. It's a back lock, but it is the triad lock. So you can literally take that out and baton with it. See, it tops of my knives. I have a terrible habit for taking a knife out to poke at something and putting it back in without cleaning it. And every time I pick a knife out, it's all where I've taken a knife out to poke. That's the trouble with having too many knives. I love. Oh, Justin got my buck 55. I didn't know where it had went. After a while, all knives sort of seem to blur when you sell or buy. Beautiful little knife, though. Beautiful. Top of the morning, Pro Blast 82nd. You're very welcome. We're just about to close. Well, I'll give it another 5 minutes. If you hit me up with some questions or anything you want to ask about anything, I'll answer anything. So, give us a question. What else have I got in here that you haven't seen for a while? I was showing this during the week, and this is a lovely old knife. It was a boy down in Dublin done this for me. He put all these shamrocks on the blade. Absolutely fantastic work. Little shamrocks all over the blade. This is a Ganzo 727, I think. He put this beautiful bead in that on it. Absolutely gorgeous. And he bronze anodized all the, or flamed all the screws and even the axis lock. And this one, look at this. It just drops like it's just so good. But when you used to get these old ones, it used to take about 2 weeks to get them bedded in. And your thumbs would be bleeding, literally bleeding. Doesn't seem, yes, but I like the history and a book or two. I love that Ganzo. The blade is just fantastic. It was a copy of a budget knife. So, I mean, it's just, the Chinese will copy anything. It doesn't have to be high end. This is the Ontario Rat 1 copy. Now, it's smaller. It's got an axis lock, so it's not that knife. But it's got 440C, which is better than the Oz 8 on the original Ontario. But a fantastic knife. Absolutely super work knife. And easier to weld than I do have. Well, I'll just show you a difference in size. This is my work beater. There's no clip on it because this is my work beater. And clips are flipping awkward. I hate clips. So there you go. Let's put them side by side. You can see the difference. It's a lot smaller. It's an axis lock. Completely different. But completely different, yet the same. I have a couple of them. JT's Knife Life made me one as well with a Paddy on it that he had etched on the blade and done a stone wash on the blade for me. Absolutely. I've been very fortunate. I honestly have, genuinely. Let's have a look. Can't go wrong with a Rat 1 or Rat 2. Do you know, William, yeah, I agree with you, but in all honesty, as time has gone on and I stayed about, I tend not to use my Rat 1 anymore. And my Rat 2. I've actually sold my Rat 2 when I was doing the cull last year. Instead of the Rat 1, I have got the American Lawman. This is flipping stunning. I love it as a work knife. Much better for me than the American Lawman or than the Ontario Rat 1. That's fantastic. And then I got this little QB last year. Look at the blade on that and the depth of this handle. It's an absolute gem, so thin behind the edge, and D2. So, you know what I mean? It's just, to me, this is much better than the large Rat. JT is a good guy. I picked up a bench in there. He's an absolutely fantastic guy. What are your thoughts on the cold steel extra large knives, the Espada? Not for me, I'm afraid. Definitely not. Do you still have that buffalo horn knife you liked? I know it's a new puppy settled down with a big brother. The puppy is absolutely just tormenting old my old pup. He just torments him. But honestly, he is just, the reaction he's give is just fantastic. He just treats him like it's as if he knew this is a little puppy. I'll just let him do it. And he gets mauled, literally mauled. And he hasn't snapped once in 2 weeks, which is amazing for a dog who was so spoilt. He'd had just me and Sally for a couple of years after Bonnie died. We just had him and he was spoilt rotten. But he's just a fabulous big brother, which is nice to see. What was the other question? Yes, I still have my buffalo. That's my steak knife. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. But one of my other buffalo horn ones I really do like. Where's my USA? I've got another buffalo horn slip joint. Where is it? Sorry for looking down in the way. Oh, here you are. This one, I'm not too sure because you've been around a long while, Gizmo. I love this one with the feathering. Look at that feathering on that. That is another beautiful one. But I have the darker buffalo horn on my not a Laguil, but it's a can't think of the name of the knife. But it's a big steak knife anyway. Beautiful knife. This feathering on this is beautiful. The other side isn't quite so nice, but it's nice enough. And this is an old, is this a George Wilson home? No, it's a William Rogers. It's a William Rogers knife. I love this knife. There's a fair age in this knife too. Beautiful knife. That is the one. Yeah, it is just stunning. But the feathering on that is just a super knife. William Rogers was a good maker too. Yeah, William Horn is a lovely. It really is. And I love a lot of people say they're frightened to carry them in case they drop them. I've dropped these, I don't know, many times. Now, not on concrete, granted, but I've dropped them in the house and on the floor. But, I mean, I've been very lucky, but I do love these. Not to, yeah, it's a nice spear. Lithur, that's it. You got it, Slick. Lithur, I'm calling you Slick instead of Eric. I don't know what I'm doing that for. Yes, Eric. The Lithur, my steak knife. I don't think it'll ever change because it's I can't tell you how many knives I've tried for steaks in my collection, but that Lithur is just absolutely stunning. Stunning knife. I love it. And it's the perfect size too, do you know what I mean? Perfect size. Right, my little potato chips. Wee Paddy's going to head off now. I don't know what time of day it is. What is it? About 20 to 4, so I'll have an hour or two before I have to get on with the boys and do a sound check and get that a wee bit better for the next podcast. And please stick around. I'm so glad there's so many of you have watched it. It really brightens our day. And we're looking forward to the future of this. I think it's going to be a real staple for me anyway. If the boys stick around, I hope they do because I can't do it without them. But yes, I'm looking forward to that and we'll get better. Thank you, Bo. Thank you very much indeed. I feel Hannah's a bit soft. It gets scratched and goes cloudy. Yeah, I've got one that's gone completely cloudy, but I have to say, it's about the only one that's gone cloudy. The rest are still pretty good, including that Rogers, which is a fair age of a knife now. Keep her handy. Paul, yourself, thank you very much. William, thank you so much for joining. And to all of you, and especially those who last week just set me off on one, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the knife I bought for the channel. And don't forget to come back in. Do you have an otter messer? No, I don't have the 3 rivet. The reason I don't have is it's not UK legal, and I've got other otter messers that I like more. I've got, like, for instance, I have the old sailor's knife, the otter metter with the anchor. Beautiful knife. And that beautiful ram's foot, sort of a blade. Everil, thank you so much. Really, really nice of you. Thank you very, very much indeed. I really appreciate it. And so don't forget now, go back when I upload this onto YouTube, go down there and say, would you rather have a high end or a couple of lower end, not lower end, but a couple of budget type knives for the week after. And I'll order them the week after. Sorry, the month after. It'll be every month I'll do it. I bought a really expensive one for this month and used all the money. So I wanted to do that because it was so special last week. It was unbelievable. So there you go. Paddy's away. The podcast, I'll have a video out, I'm sure, tomorrow and the next day. But Tuesday we'll be doing the podcast. Hopefully it'll be up Thursday, maybe if it's really good. No, it probably won't be. No, it's probably going to be the earliest Thursday, but I'll get it up as soon as Justin does it. He's working, so it's all new to him too. Gizmo, cheerio, my friend. Take care. Thank you for coming along. Eric, thank you very much for coming along. Excuse me. Right. I'm away. Take care. I've just stopped this now. Thank you.